are live on Facebook as well. We're live in the training rooms. We are live in the conference rooms. And I'm live here with you guys. So excited that you are here. Please make sure that you chat with me in the chat box. If you are on Facebook, I probably won't see it, but that's okay. Hopefully I can have Brooke moderate our Reading in Red page and just be able to comment. Ron Platt walking by. All right, guys, I so appreciate you guys being here. I did ask, if there's an additional topic that you want to discuss, please go ahead and put it in here. MLS tricks to find inventories for your buyers. That's exactly what we're going to be discussing, Frank. Thank you so much for playing along and participating and putting some comments in. I do appreciate that. So we start off every meeting. We always want to introduce our instructor, and I'm your instructor for the day or for the hour. My name is Rachel Tenpenny. I have to remember that. I have been in real estate since 2002, opened up the Keller Williams office in St. Pete in 2009, and also helped launch the Seminole Market Center and the Gulf Beaches Market Center. So, so excited that all of you guys are with us. The reason for this conversation, obviously what you guys are experiencing is one of the most critically low inventory markets our real estate industry has ever seen. I'm going to show you some statistics. We're going to look at tips and tricks to find non-traditional ways of finding inventory for your buyers. Most of you, so go ahead and put in the chat box, how have you been finding homes for your buyers in the last several months? Like what techniques are you using? While you post that in the chat box, I want to read something to you real quick. And this is from the Shift book. I heard James Shaw, who's teaching Shift again in the next few weeks, talk about this. It's on page 34. It says, when a shift hits initially, everyone gets hit equally. The market doesn't discriminate, so all boats float lower. So just think for a minute. It's almost March 17th. March 17th last year is when the stay-at-home order happened locally. So we've almost been a full 1 year since the stay-at-home order. That's when our market shifted. That's when we all noticed our market shifting. Our market's been shifting into a low inventory for years, but now it's there are other factors that have caused these things to happen. So the market doesn't discriminate, so all boats float lower. What happens first is equal and without choice, meaning we all get hit the same. What happens next is unequal and determined by choice. So right now, you guys being here, you're making a choice to look into the market and find where are the opportunities. So I so appreciate that you're in here. We've got a couple of comments when I had asked, how have you been finding properties for your buyers? I've got reverse prospecting letters from Denise Brown, only using the MLS at this time, FSBOs, remind searches, looking more at outlying areas with new construction opportunities like Riverview. All right, love those. Thank you guys. We're actually going to hit on a lot of those today as we go through here. But as you're experiencing, the buyer demand continues to increase. The number of listings coming on the market has not increased. And when one comes on the market, really no matter what price point, it could be a $250,000 house or it can be a $2 million house. The price point isn't the factor here. It's just the extremely low inventory. So what we want to do, the goal for me and with you guys is to prevent you from starving. Because honestly, if we don't change the way we've been doing things traditionally, a lot of realtors are going to starve. There's just not enough transactions, not enough sales, not enough listings to go around if we don't look at non-traditional ways. So I think all of this starts with the consultation. And I just really want you guys to hear that. It starts with the initial consultation or conversation with the buyer. So, with the buyer, how many of you guys sit down and do a consultation? Do you do it over the phone? Do you meet them at the property and kind of get a feel for them first? Like, how do you guys get started in it? We got a hand raise. I can't see hand raises. Oh, Rob McGuire, can you type it into the chat box, or do you want to come into the screen, Rob? Okay, so you always do a buyer consultation before. Denise says she tries to meet them first, meet and greet, and get an idea of them. So there's all different ways to do it. When I give you guys this phone consultation, when I give you guys these ideas, I don't want you to think, oh, they're rock solid, they're black and white. I want you to find how it works for you. I gave this example, Rob, you were on the coaching call that we did last Thursday, which is open to all of our KW agents. I do a free coaching once a week. It's on Thursdays at 3 o'clock. So, you know, I use the analogy of, if you had done a lot of research and found the perfect car for you, you knew what the car was, the gas mileage, the price, everything, and you wanted to buy that car. And then you woke up the next morning, the morning that you were going to go purchase the car, and poof, the car just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like that car no longer existed. What would you do? What would you do? You'd have to find a different car, right? You'd have to find you'd have to find another. So guys, I want you to think about that when you're sitting down with your buyers and doing the consultation. They're telling you they want a product that doesn't exist. And then you're getting in your car and driving around to find the unicorn. So we have to first start with the conversation that we're having with the buyer in the upfront. They still aren't going to understand it. They're still going to need it to experience it. But we first need to start the conversation then. And that is, what you're looking for doesn't exist in this market. And when that unicorn does pop up, we're going to be competing with about 15 other people. Now, again, you're going to tell them this. They're not going to understand it. You might have to go through the process. Then the next piece of that conversation is, would you be open to exploring other options? So if I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage home, single family residential, and you ask me if I would be willing to explore other options, and I'm a buyer, I'm a consumer, I don't work in real estate, I'm going to be like, what other options are there, right? So we have to know what other options there are. I live in a townhome. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage. I have a pond right outside my backyard with a water fountain. I have my own back patio. I have a grill out area. I have a little yard. I have a little front yard. It's just like a home. And I don't have to pay for any of the maintenance. I don't have to worry about anything. So, you know, you can have the conversation with your buyer. And guess what? Single family residential homes, the absorption rate for the month of January was 105%. For the month of December, it was 109%. What that means is that for every 100 listings put on the market, 105 were actually sold. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that math doesn't work. For condos and townhomes, which are combined statistically in our MLS and our Pinellas Realtor Organization statistics, they were at 62% absorption rate for the month of January. So if I put 100 listings on the market in the month of January, only 62 sold. That means there are 48 options out there for your buyers. It starts with the conversation. You have to just open their mind to exploring options and stop running around looking for something that doesn't exist. Okay, that would be the first step. Then we also, like I think Rob was talking about in here, was exploring other areas. You know, I just want to live in downtown St. Pete, and I have to have that bungalow home, and I only want to pay $300,000. Guys, if you get that person in your car, you're wasting everybody's time. It doesn't work. Or, hey, I want that waterfront home in, let's see, I want to be in Madeira Beach on the water, intercoastal with a dock. You know, I'd like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 2,000 square feet, up to 800,000. How many of you laughed out loud when I said that? Because it doesn't exist, right? So we just need to change the language that we're using in the consultation and start having real conversations with our buyers so that they do understand what is available to them. And then we can also say, you know, we might not find that in this area. However, we might find it in another area. And so then we can expand our search. Is it the home and the waterfront that you have to have, or is it the location? Which one is more important to you? Chances are we're not going to get both. So go ahead and set out that expectation. Go over the bridges, guys. Go down to Bradenton, Riverview, all of those areas, and start going into some of these new home communities, seeing what's available. You're going to be shocked that they don't have much available either. Building inventory has never hit where it was even in the early 2000s. Yeah, our housing population and has continued to grow. So millennials are the biggest force moving the housing population right now, with 1.5 million millennials expecting to be first-time home buyers in 2021. We don't have anywhere near that number of new construction coming on the market. So we're going to be in a bind unless we use some of these tips that we're discussing. I'm going to pause. I'm only 15 minutes in. I'm going to ask, what have you heard so far? What have you been doing? What conversations have you been having? And how are you going to tweak them moving forward? And I really do want you to put it in the chat box. It's extremely important. Denise or Debbie, I saw the comment you put about the escalation clauses. I'm writing that one down so we can talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about office exclusive and the benefits to it for the buyer and the seller. Have you heard anything yet that resonates to help you change the language that you're using with your buyer? Now, I know there are 36 people in here. Not one of you have put anything in the chat box. So either you're not paying attention or I haven't said anything of value yet. Either way, I need to know so that I can make sure to bring you value. If you're in the, oh, there we go, Denise. I've done just that with new buyer from Tennessee, added townhomes and villas. Great job, Denise. I love that. Suggesting options to buyers about other options. Great job. Thank you, Erin. Thank you guys for your feedback. I know our training rooms might also have some participants in there. Somebody please grab a hold of that keyboard and make sure to give us some feedback. Frank says, my current buyer has changed his expectations. Awesome, Frank. And they are going to start changing it as they go through the process, but go ahead and set the expectation up front so it doesn't have to be such a long journey. Shantae said, Mallory Myers from Facebook. I've been letting my clients know there is a ton of new construction right across the Skyway for half the cost of what is in St. Pete, opening up their minds and options. Huge right now. Absolutely, Mallory. And I would get down there and actually see how many, I mean, when you say a ton of new construction, there is new construction, but there's also a huge buyer demand down there. Guys, you need to go to these new home communities and you need to see what is actually available. What is available to purchase right now, or what are they going to wait for, and how long do they have to wait? This is going to be extremely important for a buyer who has a lease that's coming due, or that might also have their home under contract in another state or even locally. They might have to move in the next 30 to 45 days, but that home might not be ready for 90 to 120 days. So you guys have to go out there and you've got to be the product expert. You've got to know what is available. Let's see, who is this? I can't see who that is. Let me open this up. Rob says, talk more about the housing market, actual stats, and in less general terms. Thank you for that, Rob. We have to remember that our buyers and our sellers are consumers. They don't live in our world. They don't know what we do. We talk about language that they just don't understand. So we need to make sure that we're looking at the language that we're using and making sure that they understand what we're saying. Debbie says, yes, explore other options in other areas. Have recently started doing that with new buyers, especially across the bridge, and North Pinellas is closer than you think. more for your money. Ethel is selling in Port Charlotte and in Bradenton. Great jobs, guys. You're filling up the feed. I can't even keep up with all that you have going on. Aaron McFarley on Facebook said, after speaking with you the other week, I've been looking at expired listings. My clients have a great energy, so I am hopeful they are understanding that inventory is low. However, there are still options. Absolutely. So I want to show you guys something real quick. And this is just something I do every morning. And this is something that I'm going to recommend that you do every morning. Let me get my tab open. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and we are going into the MLS. So this is our Stellar MLS homepage. I want you to start here. Every morning, I want you to do this. Okay, right here, Market Watch. You got a drop down. You can do 24 hours today, 3 days, and 7 days. I do not want you to go to the new listings. That's not my point. Watch this one. Who the heck has a price decrease in this market, huh? Well, there were 232 of them, so I clicked on it. Now I'm going to go to map. And I'm just going to zoom into our area. Look at all those price decreases. One of them sold. What this says to me, these homes are on the market and the buyers kind of rejected them. And so the seller, so that's one good thing is you're not going to be competing with 15 other offers, right? How many of you have written offers and your buyers have been outbid 2, 3, 4, 5 times? This product, you're not going to get outbid. They've actually reduced the price. However, when they reduce the price, it typically pops back up in people's search criteria. So now it's new and fresh. But we've got, here's a 2-bedroom. That's a condo. Let's see, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $410,000. Let's just click on this. Who's looking for a 4.2? Huh? This one is almost 2,000 square feet. It's been on the market only 3 days, and they've already lowered the price from $425 to $410. I don't know about you, but that tells me they got a desperate seller. It's only been on the market 3 days and they've already lowered the price from $425 to $410. How many of you just jumped off of Zoom to get your buyer into that property? I'm thinking somebody did. Let's see, what else we got? This one, we got, that's again, a condo or a townhome. This one is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. 40th Avenue Northeast. It's been on the market for 45 days. It's priced at $284,000. It's 900 square feet. It has a garage. And let's see, it was originally priced at $299 and it is down to $289. So the market has rejected the price that it was at, meaning you can go in there now and not have to compete with so many people. My experience with this, though, is as soon as the price decreases, you have renewed interest, but it's not nearly the amount of when it first initially went on the market. So have you guys been looking at price decreases? Is this something new for you? I will now. Yes, it's new. Okay, great. I'm so glad that no, just new listings. Yeah, that's what we got to do, guys. We got to stop doing things the way that we've always done, and we got to do them a little different. And this is just an area that you might not have been looking at. So I'm going to share my screen again. Share screen. And I'm going to go back to the home page. And I have it on 24 hours. You can go to today or 3 days. Let's just do the last 3 days. So instead of clicking on new listings, I clicked on price decreases. Back on market. What is this? This is a property that went under contract, probably went under contract in the first couple of days that it was on the market. They probably had an escalation clause because they had 12 other offers and it didn't appraise, so the buyer couldn't get financing. Another great option to be looking at every single day. So let's see, I got one here in Gulfport. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's only been on the market 2 days. It's already come back on the market. So what that tells me is somebody wrapped it up under contract day 1. because they didn't want everybody else to get it. And now it's already back on the market. So that's an option for you. Let's look and see what else we have. Here's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath in Mystic Lake. It's been on the market 31 days. And let's see, it was originally listed and still is listed at $459. So it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,700 square feet with a 2-car garage. Guys, here's another really great option for your buyers. This is a great price point, great size home, great area. So making sure that we're going in and we're looking at back on market. Let's see, so I got back on market, expired. Expired, you can see is a little less or a lot less. So there's not that many options. I will tell you that this is a hot market, a hot area for people who are looking for listing inventory for their sales business. We got a 4-bedroom, 3-bath right here, 19th Avenue North, 1844 square feet that just expired. So I'm sitting in the downtown St. Pete Market Center right now. I can literally drive down the street and knock on that door in the next 7 minutes. What in the world? It expired and it was only on the market for 5 days. Somebody's up to something. Let's see what we got going on here. Tenants in main house, I have no idea. But guys, you can go knock on the door. You can find the seller's information. You can call them. Heck, you can call the listing agent and say, look, I saw this one expired after only 5 days, but I have buyers that really want it. Would the seller still consider selling it? There's you another option. One more. Let's see if I can show you one more. Now this one's a little, let's see, we got temporarily off market, withdrawn, canceled. Why would somebody cancel their listing in this market? So again, we're clicking on the map, we're zooming in, we're moving the map around. These are all canceled listings. Oh, that's a nice townhome. Okay, that's in Placido Bayou. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 1,420 square feet, priced at $374. Let's see what's over here in Seminole. We got a, that looks like it could be a townhome as well. I can't tell. It is in a community. It is a townhome. It's a 3, 2.5. It was only on the market for 9 days and they've withdrawn it. So I don't know what's going on there. But again, guys, you have to look in here and see if you can find something for your buyers. You can't actually put criteria. So that's why I'm not going in here and putting number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, etc. I just go in on the map, I look in the areas and I hover and I see if it's something that's going to be a match for my buyers. Let's look at this one. This one is $1,050,000. It's it expired, or no, I'm sorry, it canceled. It was a 3, and it's withdrawn unconditional. So see the WDNU. So that means the seller no longer has a tie to their listing agent. If it's withdrawn conditional, you can't call on those. That means the seller and the listing agent are still in an agreement together. Really important for you to know. Big long description. We've got the listing agent, seller works from home, use showing time. This is a knock on the door type property, guys, because the seller's information is not there, owner of record, there's no phone number, but absolutely you could go knock on the door. It's a great home if anybody wants to sell $1 million home. Obviously the seller wanted to sell at one point in time. Maybe they just couldn't find a home to move into, so they've decided not to sell. You also, that's another way that you have to be careful with your language when you're marketing. You can say, I can help you sell your home and find your next home. You got to bridge those two, because right now sellers aren't listing their home because they don't know where in the heck they would move. All right, so we get back on market. We did back on market, price decreases, expires, and withdrawn unconditionally. Do you think that might open up a few extra opportunities so you can get a couple additional contracts? I got a yes from Cheryl Pritchard. All right. Linda says yes, yes, definitely. Okay, I'm going to show you guys one more secret sauce in the MLS. Now I'm going to go to search. I'm going to go residential. Let me move my head off of there. Search residential quick. You can do quick or detail, whatever you want. I'm going to uncheck active. I'm going to check canceled unconditional. When did the stay-at-home order go into effect? Last year, March 17th, right? So I went back a full year. Who has taken their, let's say that I want to find a 2-bath home. Let's see, hold on. Let me see if I can get your chat up. Somebody give me some criteria of what you're looking for. What is your buyer looking for? Type it in the chat box. Sorry, just went to the wrong thing. If you're typing, oh, there we are. Can somebody give me some criteria of what your buyer is looking for? A 3-2 with a garage. Well, that's generic. Frank, I'm sure they would have bought the first one you showed them, right? Would they consider a 2-bedroom, 2-bath and with a den? Okay, I'm going to go with the 2-1 in Gulfport. Trisha, guess what? They can put up their own darn fence. Under $250. So 1 bedroom. And would they do a bigger than 2-1? Or did they want under 205? So let's see. So we're going to just say 2+ and 1+, because if I just put 2-1 in there, I'm only going to get 2 1s, and there might be a 3-1.5 for the same price point. And Eddie, I think 700,000 Waterview 3-2 Pinellas County. Is that a condo, or is it a home, or is it a townhome, or is it a villa, or is it a mobile home? Trisha, I'm going off of yours. I'm going to say 215. Okay, so canceled in the last year, 2-1, 215,000 max, and then I'm going to click on map. I'm not saying I want to get anything, but I got a whole bunch of blue right there, so there's definitely some that have come off the market in the last year. There's not any in Gulfport. Oh, and I didn't do single family. Sorry. I'm assuming they want a single family, right, Tricia? Would they do a condo or a townhome? Yes, they do, and renovated. Yes, they do what? I'm sorry, they'll do a townhome or no condo, no townhome. They have 2019 pricing. Yes, they will do single family only. All right, I would still show them a townhome if I were you. I'm assuming they have a dog and that's what they need. Guess what? There's a dog beach right across the street. All right, I don't have anything in Gulfport. Closest thing is I have a 3-1. See, now go back. What I said was 3 1s won't show up if you put 2-1 in there. So make sure you do the 3+. Here's a 3-1. It was canceled unconditionally in July 31st, 2020. It was priced at $215,000. It was on the market for 375 days. Now I'm going to have to go down here and I'm going to click on the arrow to view the history. So right here, and click on that. It was canceled. It has not sold. So Trisha, do you think this might be an option for your buyer? It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square foot home. It was last priced at $215,000. It was canceled. It has not been sold. So if it had been canceled and then sold, the next criteria, the next thing on here would say sold. Another thing I know is Han Wong. That's actually his name, Han Wong. He does property management. So there's probably now a tenant in this home. But do you guys see how that and look, there is a tenant in this home. Look, it's a fenced yard. We got everything you asked for, Trisha. You know, Trisha's not responding to us in our chat feed anymore because she actually pulled up the property. She's calling the agent and she's calling her buyer to go by and see it, right? Okay, no, she's in here now. Sorry, I'm reading your responses. But do you guys see what I did was I went into criteria. I want to look at all the homes that have withdrawn over the last 12 months unconditionally, because a lot of people took their home off the market when the pandemic hit, and they still haven't put it back on the market. So there are lots of options. See all this blue? Now, not all of these are still available. So I'm going to go down here to this 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Lakewood Estates. It is 58. It was on the market 58 days when it was withdrawn unconditionally. It was listed at $549,000, and it does have a 2-car garage. It's a nice looking house, guys. It's quiet. It's sitting back. Ooh, I might have to go look at this one for myself. I want that roof. And it's got a freaking tennis court. Okay, I'm gonna have to close this one down. I don't want you guys to see this one. I might have to go find this one for myself. And it was listed with Flat Rate Realty. What do they know about selling real estate, right? I have nobody from Flat Rates on here. Oh, the other good thing about Flat Rate Realty ones, typically, and they've already done this. Oh, it says it right here. It's not on this one. Typically, they are limited service and they don't represent the seller. And so they actually put the seller's contact information in the realtor remarks to contact the seller for showings. On this one, it's not on here, but typically that is what it is. Look, this one canceled September 26, 2020, hasn't gone back on the market. This is a potential home I could go get for myself. I talked to my mom this morning. She wants, I'm trying to get her to move down here. I could build her a little in-law apartment on this house. Rob, don't go sell this before I get a chance to. But guys, this is 1,600 square feet. It never came back on the market. This seller wanted to sell their home at some point in time. They had it listed for 58 days and it didn't sell. And nobody's gone knocking on that door. Is this go get them, Rachel? All right, Trisha, I'm going to. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Like, there's a lot of ways we can dig and find stuff. So that unconditional and just taking it back, go back and look at expireds. Go back and look at expireds for the last year. Make sure to click on the history to see that it hasn't sold since it was withdrawn or that it expired. But there's opportunity sitting right there for you guys. We just got to go find it. If we keep with our blinders on, oh, it's active on the market today in the MLS, we're not going to survive. Another huge thing, and I know that I think it was Debbie, you put something about escalation clauses. I had an agent tell me last week that she's seen that a lot of sellers and realtors are asking for no escalation clause. They don't want escalation clause anymore. What I'm also seeing is that from the office exclusive page, guys, when you take a listing, get the office exclusive waiver signed. So last thing, there might be agents in here from other brokerages, and that's fine because this is open to every brokerage. But I did have one more thing I wanted to show you. This is the benefit of being with Keller Williams. We hold more inventory than any other real estate company around here. Now, I only pulled the statistics for downtown. I didn't have a chance to pull for Gulf Beaches and for Seminole, but we all have the opportunity to make this happen. Pinellas Realtor Organization has not put out their ProTech report yet for January. So these are numbers as of December of 2020. Guys, this is volume of inventory that we have versus the top competitors. These were the top 5 straight off the top of the chart. Equity Consultants, the reason their volume is so high is this is a big condo project that they have going on down in Tierra Verde. All right. But look at the volume of listings that we have versus our competitors. We hold the market. This is the number of units of listings that we took in just December. We have almost double of what the competitors have. You have more opportunities to sell your buyer's property when you just stay connected with the agents in your office. And then the last one is, this is volume as of December. So this is the volume sold for all of 2020 And I can't remember, I have to go back and look. I think this is just on buyer closed volume as of December, just on the buyer side. So we're closing more buyers than any other real estate company out there, guys, because we have the inventory. Question, what's the question? From Sarah. Sarah, you posed a question in the chat box. I'm just waiting to get it. And Rob, you said, I think this is Rob, you said, why is that? So question, when you find an off market and have to go to the owner directly, do you need a listing agreement? Oh, the escalation clause. I'm going to get to that. Just wanted to show those graphs. Or just a commission agreement. You can actually do either, Sarah. You could start with a commission agreement. However, you can have a commission agreement with a seller and then somebody else come and get the listing. So you can start with the, if you do just a commission agreement, I also and you're working on the buyer side, I recommend that you get a no brokerage relationship signed with the seller and then a buyer broker agreement with single agency for the buyer, just to limit your liability. In the state of Florida, everybody is considered to be a transaction agent. So if you were to get a no brokerage relationship with the buyer, but you still had you would still be assumed to be a transaction agent because you're working the buyer side too. You're going to be better protected if you can just get the listing agreement with the office exclusive waiver, and then you're good. Rob, on the escalation clause, I honestly believe it's because people keep using the escalation clause and then the properties aren't appraising. Just because 20 people want to pay over asking price for a property doesn't mean it's going to appraise. Appraisers are limited to what has sold and the price that it sold for, and that's historical data. And also another obstacle appraisers are having is there's just not enough sold properties to comp out what is happening. So that's one reason why people are not wanting escalation clauses. Another thing to take into consideration, guys, is not every seller wants a feeding frenzy. You need to understand that. So are we having conversations with our sellers to find out how they want to handle their home going on the market? So what I have seen for the last couple of weeks, buyers are paying over asking price when it hasn't gone live yet. So it doesn't have to go live just to get an increase in price. Buyers are paying over asking price because they want the first right to purchase it. They don't want to compete with a bunch of craziness, and they're saying to the seller, hey, look, if you'll sell this to me, and it's a $750,000 home, I'll pay you $765,000. And you don't have to put it in, you don't have to go live. You don't have to have all these people calling you. You don't have to have all these showings. You don't have to have 15 offers to sort through. It'll be simple, easy, and quick. Now, personally, as a homeowner and a previous property seller and a realtor, I don't have time to deal with that chaos. I would take the contract over my asking price, or even at asking price. Like, we're going in at asking price. We've already pushed the price to the top that we think that it will appraise for, the top of the market. And somebody's going to give us that? Yeah, bring it on. So guys, I really want to encourage you to use your office exclusive listing pages. Go in there and search on a daily basis. Make sure that when you get a listing that you're getting that waiver signed and that you're putting it in there. And giving our agents the opportunity to find properties first. I saw DJ Susie this morning put 4 coming soons in the office exclusive page. I called him on one of them. It was in Bahama Shores. I love Bahama Shores. Like, it's my favorite neighborhood. So make sure that you're talking to other agents within the office. If they're getting a listing, reminding them to put it in there, telling them the benefits of it. And then also you guys have the first right to go in there and look at it. Right now, more than ever, who you office with is important. So your brokerage is the most important right now because of office exclusive. This was a rule that Clear Cooperation gave us, National Association of Realtors and Stellar MLS and our Mls Reports organization. They gave us these rules about a year and a half ago, and that's fine. We just learned how to take advantage of them. The market has shifted, and we have to shift with it. Had a meeting with Denise Antonowitz right before this class. She's about to close for the month of March, 12 million in volume. Her highest month ever, just for 1 month, 12 million, 17 transactions. The majority of them are double-sided because she gets the listing and her buyers agents have the buyers. That's one person doing it. Think about if all of us did it within the same brokerage, we would have about 60% market share. Now, I probably shouldn't be saying that live on Facebook, but I did. We've been given restrictions and we're playing by the rules. We're just taking advantage and we're taking our unfair share, to be honest with you. So guys, what we did today in a couple other things. So I showed you going in the MLS, got to go learn those new construction communities. There are some up north. There are a lot down south of us and across the bay. Looking in the office exclusive pages, looking at what's canceled, what's withdrawn, what's come back on the market, price decreases. You can door knock, you can circle prospect. Change your language though. If you're door knocking and asking somebody if they want to sell their home, what is the first thing they're thinking about? Well, where would I live? Right? So you need to make sure that you're saying, at what price would you become a seller if I could help you find your next home? See, you got to bridge it. You can't just stop short. The script isn't who do you know who wants to buy, sell, invest. The script is who do you know who needs to sell a home, buy a home, or invest in real estate. We always stop short. So just don't stop short. At what price would you become a seller if I could help you find your next home? That's the script. Let's get it all out there. Let's bridge the path for them. Amanda said, is there a site you can look up the new build communities that are coming soon? Amanda, there is not one site. All the new builds are different companies. So you could just like Google new construction in Tampa Bay. You would find a whole bunch of them. I recommend you jumping in your car, you're doing some drive time, you're getting out, meet the sales reps, get registered with each of the communities. They can send you any new listings or upcoming projects. Aaron said, where can we find absorption rates, condos, and single family? Okay, great question. I'm going to show you that real quick. So share, let me get back to Google over here. So we are going to go to Pinellas Realtor organization. So it's pinellasrealtor.org. Under tools, I'm going to drop down to statistics. Click on that. There are two statistical reports I like to look at in here. I'm going to scroll down because these are what's called daily reports. I'll show you those in just a second. I'm going to scroll down here to monthly MLS reports. This is for Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough counties. Click on 2021. I have Pinellas County statistics for January 2021 were the latest ones. If I want Pasco or Hillsborough, those are also available. I'm going to click on that. This is a summary of the real estate statistics. And then if you scroll down, you got combined single family homes and townhomes. That's going to cover all of these categories. If I come down a little bit more, now I have my absorption rates. So I got my absorption rate for single family homes on the top and for condos and townhomes on the bottom. It only says condo, but it's condos and townhomes. Guys, this blue bar was, they got a typo in here. The blue bar was 2020. See, they got two 2019s. The blue bar was 2020. The red bar is 2021. Absorption rate 105%. Here's the definition of the absorption rate if you want to use that in any marketing. But essentially, in layman's terms, if I put 100 homes on the market in the month of April, only 39 of those sold. So because only 39 of the 100 put on the market in April, that's how we can get to 109% absorption rate in December and 105% in 2021. So the pending inventory, no, sorry. So hold on. So you got new listings for the month of January 2021, and this is for single family residential homes. So new listings that came on the market, there were 1,061. Inventory active, there were a total of 1,121. So what that is just inventory that didn't sell the month prior gets kind of thrown into that inventory active. Erin, does that help answer your question? Oh, I'm going to show you the other one. The little bar move. Come on, bar, move. I don't know that you guys can see this, but it has a drop down thing that is not moving. So I told you that there's also the daily MLS reports. So I'm going to look at March 9th. This came out this morning. So you've got a 4-week breakdown. You've got Tampa Bay single family homes, Tampa Bay condo, Pinellas County single family homes. So active in the last 4 weeks, there have only been 417 homes that have come on the market. 1,242 are pending. So 3 times what has come on the market when under contract. 1,117 have actually sold. If this doesn't scare you, I don't know what does. You cannot continue to sell 3 times the amount of homes that are coming on the market. All right, guys, what did you learn? What questions do you have? That was quick and sweet. I know it wouldn't take long. I just wanted to show you those. We need to be more creative in our approach. Yeah, it is like putting together a puzzle, Rob. And that, that's why we can't just spend our time out showing properties, but we have to spend our time researching the market, researching, what parameters have been put on us and how can we use them to our benefit. Debbie says it's scary out there. She needs her blanket. Are you cold, Debbie? You got your iced tea? And guys, just know the offices are open. They're open. They're available for you to use. Get in there. Start communicating with your colleagues. Start working together. Get connected. There are properties that are available. Rob said he found a new construction. I found this helpful for new construction. So he's put a builder's update from MFR MLS in there. I think it was Amanda that was asking for that. Thank you so much, Rob. So that is available in our chat. If you guys want to grab that, it's mfrmls.buildersupdate.com. So that is available to you guys, mfrmls.buildersupdate.com. And Amanda says, thank you, Rob. She said, awesome. All right. So guys, I hope that you learned something from the information that was shared. I hope you learned a creative way. I hope you understand that there are rules, but there are also ways that we can work around those rules to ensure that you get the business that you deserve. I'm here 100% to help support you. Our entire leadership team is here to support you. If you have any questions, if you need any guidance, please don't hesitate to reach out. We so appreciate being in business with you, and our goal is to help you make the most money possible. So thank you for your time today. Thank you, guys. Bye.